Welcome back to another What I Eat in a Week. It's been a while, guys, but we're back. We're back at it, and I'm so excited to share with you a fun week of eats. Now, this is a super cloudy, overcast, cold week, but you know what? We persevered, we ate good food, and of course, we had fun while doing it. So this day, I quite literally cut mushrooms for every meal, which is kind of hilarious to me when I was looking back at the footage. But in the morning, I really wanted to make these a mushroom ham thyme biscuit. And look at little B-boy. He's always in the kitchen with me. He is literally my sous chef. I wish that he didn't shed fur because then he could really get involved. But, you know, we got to keep him at arm's length. But don't those look absolutely incredible? And then I had a little partnership that I had to film something for. So I made some sweet and sour dumpling soup, which is an absolute obsession of mine whenever I see that at a restaurant. Sorry, I don't know why I stuttered there. Whenever I see it at a restaurant, I have to have it because it is so good. Like, it is warm, it is comforting. Oh, look at that. It's like a hug in a bowl. And it was so hot, I burnt my mouth, but I loved every second of it. So that was my lunch. And then for dinner, I had a little bit of HelloFresh. So of course, that's what we were making for dinner. And this was a lentil shepherd's pie. Now, I'll be honest, I was gonna give it a wholehearted chance, you know, because I make a pretty banging lentil shepherd's pie. And I was willing to let theirs be better than mine, but it just wasn't. I think mine is still better and still top notch. This one was good, but it wasn't as good as my other one that I make. And then I also had a little biscuit on the side, and there's B-boy again. And for dessert, I had some apple crumble. And then I went back for a second little sweet treat, which was these blueberry yogurt bowl things. So I just melt blueberries in the microwave and then add some plain yogurt on top. It's like kind of like sour and tart because of the yogurt and the blueberries, and it's so good. I love it. And then for breakfast, I was like kind of all over the place. I had some leftover of the soup, and I was really craving some toast and jam. And then I had a couple of dumplings left over too. So then I also had to crisp those up. Like, look at that. That meal is all over the place, but boy, oh boy, did it hit. Sometimes when you have those breakfasts that are just weird, they're just better. And then I went on a long dog walk and got myself a little chai latte, and there is nothing better than a chai latte on a cold day, and you can't prove that wrong, honestly. And then lunch was some crispy potatoes, and these were like the crispy potatoes, you know, that you like put in the oven. Like, I don't always go this extra step of like boiling with the baking soda, and then you have to like bake these potatoes for like honestly like an hour. So it is a labor of love, especially when you're starving. But boy, oh boy, was it worth it. I made this like green kind of sauce to go on the side. Absolutely divine. And then I made a couple of the things that I make every week, kind of like meal prepping, I guess you could say. My oat milk, my just egg, all that good stuff. Then we had leftovers of the lentil shepherd's pie for dinner. And I was back at it again with this dessert of the berries and yogurt. It kind of looks like the galaxy, and that also kind of makes me happy. Like, when you mix it all together, it's so pretty. And then breakfast the next day, I was craving like going to IHOP or Denny's and just getting a fat pancake stack with, you know, all the fixings. So I made myself a tofu little meat scramble thing, an egg on the side, some of the little hash browns that they do there, and look at the size of that pancake. It was bigger than like my head times two. It was so large and so fantastic, and I loved it so much. And then lunch, I just had some more leftovers, and I took my iron. I finally found an iron that doesn't hurt me internally, and it's honestly saved my life. So if you're looking for a good iron, I highly recommend that one. And then I made a couple of chocolate chip cookies, and I had that with milk and a little calf lib. Oh, name something better than a chocolate chip cookie. I'll wait. Like, you could make any fancy cookie in the world. I just don't know if anything would hit the same as a chocolate chip. And then for dinner, I made an apple curry thing that my mom has made forever, and you make it with apple rice on the side. So it's like nice and sweet and delicious. Oh my God, put tofu in there, a bunch of veg, apples. Oh, it is so, so good. And then I had some chocolate for dessert, and then I had some of my homemade wraps that I needed to use up, and a couple different things left in the fridge, some spinach, some tomato. So I made this like egg feta wrap thing. Oh my God, I remember having that meal, and I remember how good it was. A little bit of mayo. I mean, honestly, anything with mayo, am I right? it was good. Okay, focus, Megan. What are we making now? We are making a little sourdough. No, it wasn't sourdough actually, I don't think, but it was a homemade baguette, just like a regular little baguette I was prepping. And I had some Rice Krispies and I made some waffles. Honestly, sometimes my breakfasts are all over the place because if I have to make food while the sun is out and I'm like trying to film, then like I just don't make time to eat and I'm just like eating so many random things. So that's the little homemade baguette, and I made some fresh tomato soup to go along with it. You guys, this baguette was so good. I also had some chocolate after that. We smashed the entire thing in like 15 seconds or less. And then we had another HelloFresh meal. This one was a little mushroom pasta situation that was super good. And then I made French toast for myself and my friends. Look at us all eating our French toast. It was delicious. I did blueberries and yogurt on top of mine because I'm obsessed with blueberries and yogurt. As you can tell, fresh blueberries, frozen blueberries. I just like, me and blueberries are tight. I guess I just love an antioxidant, you know? And then I made this apple Brussels sprout lemony Parmesan, I don't even know how to describe it, salad. It was so full of roughage. I loved it. And then I had some chia pudding. And then this is me. Get someone who looks at you the way I look at this pizza, because this pizza, quite literally, I would marry and just settle down with because it is so good. It's got mushrooms. It's got this blue cheese. It's got arugula. I ate the entire thing. I ate a pizza I should have eaten in 2 days in one because it was so freaking delicious. Woke up, had some chia pudding, and made this Denver omelet and then Nutella toast and butter toast. Tell me that is not like one of the prettiest plates you've ever seen. I don't know, the light was just glowing. Then I had a little cookie and I had a little bit more of just like literally the one piece of pizza that was left from the other day. Some beet juice. It's beet and pineapple juice, which is honestly a bomb combo if you're looking for some delicious juice. Really good for you too. And then I saw somebody make spaghetti grilled cheese sandwiches, and I know what you're thinking. What the heck? That is so weird. But I swear to goodness, it's just basically like making your meal easier. You know how I have like spaghetti and then like garlic bread on the side? It's just like you're putting it all in one. And I know it's like kind of weird, but it's also like absolutely delicious. And then we had a little salad on the side. And then I was really craving a little English breakfast. So that's what I made for breakfast. We got the potatoes, the beans, the egg, all the good stuff. And for lunch, I had leftovers. Well, this was kind of like lunch dinner. It was really kind of like a busy day, I think. And I just, yeah, that's all I had that day. Or at least all that I filmed. And then Monday, I had made some cookies. And I was making bagels. I love bagels, but it's so hard. Because you want a bagel in the morning when you wake up. But you can't have a bagel because they take forever. So I had a little bit of spaghetti and then I had some other little bits just to like tide me over, and then I ended up literally having the bagels like as it was getting dark. So you know how it goes. It's crazy, but it was absolutely worth it. I made some homemade vegan cream cheese and I made like a cheese bagel with like onion, and oh my god, it was so good. And then for dinner, I made homemade fish and chips, which were so good. A little bit time consuming, but so worth it. I mean, look at that. Delicious. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if there's any type of video you want to see coming up.